Well, welcome everyone. Today it will just be disembodied Jeremy. I think the UI is so big. I think it's just because of the settings. It's my computer's a bit finicky, so I had to sort something out so you can actually see it. Anyway, welcome everyone. Today you'll just be getting disembodied Jeremy in the today's stream. And well, it's a bit of a special one today. We're doing Suzuka, but without the S's, so it's just Uzuka. Yes, I know, great joke there, Jeremy. Today it'll just be me, just as my co-commentator Handsome Lars had some other engagements for today. Well, before we get anywhere, let's take a look at the standings. So today, the current overall standings is we have Charmander first with 108 points, just ahead of Colin Barker at 93, and that's really the top two for now. And there's really not, that's really the title fight right now, and we'll be going, which this race is a bit of an important step for most. We can see maybe even a title, sort of not title decider, but the title be shored up a little more for Charmander up top. Julian Barker sits at third with 74. Mike Hookett at 68. Mekua VR at 57. Alan Kale with 52. Victor Masato with 47. Reska Kioso with 45, Trazione Integrale with 44, and Victor Santos with 35. There's some other people, but these are this is your your main standings right now. Today in Suzuka, I think we don't have the entire field this time around, just like last time in the Lausitzring, so it'll be a little bit of a smaller field, as you can tell. There's currently only 12 drivers on track. So we'll see how this goes. You'll hear me drinking quite a lot of water. It is very hot today, and you might even hear my fan and air conditioning. Well, we are currently in qualifying. Currently, the top 12 is we have Charmander in first with a 114. A Mercure with a is second. Barker is third, Masato is fourth, Kale is fifth, Santos is sixth, Cass is seventh, Shike Hawkins is eighth, Galantine is ninth, Bunovich is 10th, Sainz, who is driving again the mystery car according to my UI, is 11th, and Trazione Integrale is 12th. Yeah, so I will try to get to anyone in chat. I will try to get to anyone's messages, obviously, and I will do my best today. I do apologize if there are any issues. My computer does not like streaming racing sims that much, so I had to finick around a little bit to get this to work. So we'll see how this goes. And let's obviously go over the format while we're here. We'll be doing, as per usual, a 40-minute qualifying, which you're seeing that's currently happening in the background. And both races we have two races with worth length of 35 minutes, with race 2 being a reverse grid from 10th to 1st. So if you finish 10th, you are first in the next race. I don't have many opinions about Suzuka West. For me, it's Suzuka, but without all the fun parts. But it is a bit of a more chaotic track, and seeing as we're doing a bunch of short layouts this time around, I think this one will, again, suit the chaotic nature of the circuit, of the overall league so far. I would ask, what everyone's thoughts are on this coming race. So usually, that's what we'd be talking about, but that's not what we're currently. I don't have anyone to talk to, so it's just me today. It's a bit warm. So I hope everyone stays cool today as we get ready for some Suzuka West. I will say camera angles for this are a bit weird. So you might see some weird camera angles happening today. And let me adjust something real quick. Hello, Raceroom. Yeah, Raceroom, for whatever reason, got really large on me. When I booted it up. I'm not sure why it did that. So I'm going to adjust that real quick, and I think that should sort it out at least a little bit. Yeah, that's should be better. So, yeah. We have about 12 minutes. We have about 11 minutes left in qualifying here. Which leads me to the, let's see if there's anyone on a track. Let's follow Masato around. There we go. Let me know if they're in stream if there's any other issues to report. Yeah, no. I think today, with the small field, there's ripe time for some chaos as per usual. Again, missing today is Strasser, which otherwise occupied. So you might see again some more different sort of top 3 or top 5. And I do apologize if I do miss any action. I have only one screen currently at my disposal due to, well, my desk is not big enough for 2 screens right now, so I only can use one right now. So I do apologize if I do miss anything. Let me lower my input volume a little bit so that might help. Yeah, and let's see. Anyway, hello Raven. I think that's who in chat. I can't tell who's currently watching. So how's everyone doing today? I hope I've caught everyone doing well, and I'm happy to anyone who has joined me. And of course, if you are willing to join the Discord server that this is being hosted on, I can just give you a nice little link. You'll find us at that fun little Discord link, and we even have a QR code for you to scan to join. And of course, there'll be yeah, and you know, where you can meet any other sim racer enthusiasts and talk about other stuff. If you haven't subscribed yet, of course, and you want to, we would love to have you. And of course, you can hit the like button as well. That does help us out quite a lot. But while we're here, let's direct our attention a bit to qualifying. So Char currently is in the pits, pretty safe. We have a lot of people in the pits, but currently Colin Barker is currently taking a few laps. And we do have an off with Shike having spun it. And we do have a new person in the stream, in the race. It looks Alex Tooney has joined. I think that'll be his first race of the season. But yes, we have about 7-ish minutes left here before this race, and I don't have that much experience with Suzuka West. I have done it a little bit in Gran Turismo, but that's about it. And I wasn't doing it with race cars. I was doing it with a I think it was a Ferrari, with like one of the with a Honda Fit. That's what I was doing Suzuka West in. Which, let me tell you, Honda Fit in Suzuka West is not a fun experience. It has about the handling of a boat, and it drives like one, at least on a racetrack. But it's a neat little car. A neat little car I quite like driving. Here, watching a bit of McCore's qualifying lap. One of the few people out on track who is about just under a second behind Charmander. It's pretty close in the top 4-ish. The times aren't that huge gaps. Now, really, honestly, even the top 7 is really when you see the drop off, especially once you go from the difference between 9th and 11th. It's a pretty significant drop off, almost 2 full seconds. So we'll see, and we'll see how they behave each other. Again, just as per usual. We have about 5 minutes-ish left. A little under 5 minutes left here. Charmander does not seems to be happy with his time and is just relaxing in the pits. McCore is trying to grab himself some. He's trying to grab. See if he can get the time right. And he is about, I think he did hit some traffic because he's about a second off the lead lap of the pace right now, so we'll see how he goes on. Let's see, Colin Barker is in front of him right now on the track. Currently on a starting his hot lap. I don't think there's any car changes again today. I think it's all pretty much the same. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. And that looks like a Santos going wide. That might slow down Barker a little bit, but he does improve his first sector. About 7/10 down from Charmander in the Callaway Competition Corvette. And it seems like we have someone else around again. Yes, I know, it's quite riveting currently, watching qualifying. I hope everyone's staying nice and cool. I know a lot of places are starting to hit summer. We had a pretty warm last few days here. It has cooled down a little bit, thankfully. It's again warm today, but tomorrow's supposed to cool down. We're supposed to actually go under 30 degrees Celsius finally tomorrow. Because currently we have a high of 36, which is not exactly pleasant. let's see. We have about 3 minutes left here in qualifying. A little under. We do see some yellows. I think some spins involving some other drivers. Barker is trying to get that time down to get just past McClure, but doesn't seem to be getting it. Obviously, most of these racers will be streaming their personal accounts, so do check them out. And especially if you want to experience VR, McClure has everything in nice VR. So if you really want the experience of, you know, getting some brown pants after a car spins out in front of you, McClure would be your option. Barker with a lot faster sector 1 here. Still faster than. See how he will get to the line. I think one of the more interesting thing about Suzuka West is that it sometimes just feels like the most uncreative track. I think it's one of the more interesting tracks. I'm always a fan of short layout versions of tracks. Usually there's a charm to them. And we're getting just under a minute, which means the race will start soon. Looks like that is Cass with a spin. And we're going to probably see the end of the qualifying period here. I think Barker will probably still get a lap in. Will get their lap in, but is a slower lap. And it looks like Kale is going to the pits. I think there's not someone else on track. And yep, that's qualifying wrapped up. You know, it's about to get race time, and here are your overall standings. Charmander in first, Mekua in second, Colin Barker in third, Victor Masato in fourth, Alan Kale in fifth, Victor Santos in sixth, Shike Hawkins in seventh, Theo Cass in eighth, Matthew Galantine in ninth, Antonoli Bunovic in 10th, Mentrix Signs in 11th, and Trazione Intergale in 12th. And I think Alex Tooney is in 13th. I am not sure. It says NA on lap time, so I don't think he ever got a lap time in. But here we go. If my camera settings will like to come. Because currently we are just watching the garage, and I hope I don't get stuck here. There we go. Cars are slowly spawning in. I do apologize if we miss anything at the beginning. It's really finicky with the camera controls. But yes, we're here closing up on 12. The race is about to begin, and we're about to go off here. We're going to start and the lights are blinking, and we are off, and 5 lights out, and away they go here for Suzuka West in round 5. Mercourt gets good, pretty, not the best start off the line, but is slotted right behind Charmander, and here they go around turn 1. And we'll probably, yep, we'll see some people go wide, and I think the next turn will be the interesting one because it is a very tight turn. And, does look like we have people going wide there into the back. I do apologize again if I miss anything. I only have 2 sets of eyes. I only have one set of eyes to look at some of these things. Charmander is starting to build a gap. And here we go. Down the back stretch again, and yeah, we're looking towards the end of this first lap already. Charmander's trying to build a lead, and let's just go a little bit back because it looks like TRACC is pushing Shike Hawkins through the turrets. Let's just go down the field. So no changes in the. We have Charmander in first, Mirko in second, Victor Masato in fourth, Colin Barker in Victor Masato in third, Colin Barker in fourth, Kale in fifth, Victor Santos in sixth, Shike Hawkins in seventh, Cass in eighth, Victor Signs in eighth, just moving up past. And there seems to be a caution involved, and yes, it is. TRACC has spun it and has dropped them to 12th. And yes, it looks like Alex Tooney has retired, so there probably was some sort of issue on their end. Let's go back to the mid-pack here. So Colin Barker is looking to see if they can get a move done on Victor Masato in the Audi. There's not the most amount of passing room in this track, I will say. It does lead to some chaos, and we do have the battle back here. Trazione looking to get past Signs. Gets the look on the inside here, but Signs gets the better acceleration out, so they're still ahead. And they eat a lot of curb there. Let's go back here. Colin Barker seemingly has gotten closer to Kale. Kale has gotten closer to Colin Barker, sorry. And there is a yellow, and it looks like Bunovic had incident. Yes, thank you. That was definitely not Kale. There was an incident involving Bunovic, I believe, and has separated the backpack just a little bit. Char is still leading, about just under a second ahead of Makua. Colin Barker here is trying to, and there's a bit of a train here from Victor Masato down to, I think that is Santos. Yes, Santos. And oop, contact because of a late breaking point there. Barker gets a bit of contact there from Alan Kale. With Masato defending their position, and it looks like Mentrix got past Mentrix, and there's a battle between Mentrix and Galantine. And TRACC is catching up to Bunovic, and it looks like they're gonna get the move done here. Oh, no, maybe not. Oh, and Bunovic spins, and Mentrix both spin, and that's 2 positions for TRACC, back up to P10. Barker looking like to get a move on Masato done here. Oh, and he does get it past it, but doesn't stick, but at that contact, I think, also threw up Masato a little bit, and Kale had a look in there too. But now Barker seems to be a little more free space. See if they can maintain this position or be able to even build a little bit of a gap between them and Masato. Kind of possession area currently through that turn. Not most optimal passing opportunity. As yes, it does seem that Barker seems to be building a gap, so let's switch to Santos, who is still pretty close to Kale. Seeing if we're going to see a move here. Fanning out a little bit. And Shike Hawkins is still in the view here. We might see a move here from Santos. Late on the brakes. Oop, a little curb there that almost caught them out. And there is a pass here between Galantine and Kale, but Galantine stays, and Galantine goes wide. And Masato went wide there, I believe, as well. And it means Santos and Kale have gotten through. Sorry if I missed that. Sorry that I missed that one. Sorry, I have a notification. I got a trophy on some game. Oh, we have a yellow flag, I think. Oh, yep, that is Galantine has spun it into the barrier. And that is going to drop them down to last on the running order. Masato, yes, seemingly had a bit of an issue. Oop, oop. A bit of a slide there by Santos. And now it's going to be a, looks like maybe a drag race down the straight. Charmander comfortably leading 2 seconds ahead of Makua, and Makua about 2 seconds ahead of Colin Barker. Oops, Santos goes again a bit wide there. And into the turn. Santos wide. Let's see if Masato can make it stick. No, they cannot. The only current battle occurring on the track, so we're gonna stick around here for a bit. Santos seems to have a bit. Masato seems to definitely be faster here, but can't seem to find the room to make overtake here. But we'll see how this will develop. One thing very fun about this track is, as I like to call it, is the this is Suzuka, but without the S's. There's Uzuka, also known as not fun Suzuka, at least to drive. It's not my favorite track to drive. Again, I'm biased. I drove it constantly in a Honda Fit and Group B rally cars, which, you know, handle it quite interestingly. Oh, bad contact and Masato around, and that is going to be a Masato. That definitely looks like a racing incident between the two. And Masato dropping positions. And that's going to be the end of that. Masato losing another position in the process. TRACC now on the back of Masato due to that error. TRACC up to 8th. And this is probably a battle in development here. Charmander again still building their lead. Sorry if you hear me adjusting my headset. I do wear glasses, so I have to adjust it every once in a while, so or else my ears will get very uncomfortable. Let's see if we have anyone talking to me in chat right now. No, we do not. Anyway, hello everyone. I hope everyone can hear me just fine. We're currently at, I just noticed that I didn't change the overlay. Chat right now? No, we do not. Anyway, hello sorry everyone. About that. I hope everyone can hear me just fine. I do apologize for that. This is, again, first time I've done OBS. Not first time I've done OBS. I've done OBS before, but first time I've done a bunch of working with a bunch of overlays and all that. That's a better way of saying it. Looks like Mentrix is catching up also to Trazione there. Looking forward a little bit to the future. I know it's 24 minutes still left to go. Currently, P1 for the next race would be Mentrix, and P2 would be Trazione. TRACC seems to be dropping a little bit off of Masato. But Colin Barker also seems to be catching Mekua. So we might see a battle for P2 here. As the gap between and there's a caution. It's it's Cass going straight into the wall, and that is probably going to be the race. Yep, and that's a retirement. Theo Cass is out. It's a second DNF. More I would call the first one a did not start. But yes, that is Theo Cass out of the race, and Mentrix has caught up to Trazione. And we'll see how they keep going. I think currently, well, I have everyone here today. Let's see. Sorry. Yeah, no, this has been a pretty, outside the few offs, it's been a pretty pedestrian race as expected. Not as big as the field, and Sainz goes a little bit wide there. Let's see how Barker is going on. Barker has dropped some time to Mekua. And, oop, it looks like Galantine gets past Bunovic after the spin. But Bunovic might come back on them. And they both go wide in that turn. And that's a bit of a corner cut. And Galantine seems to cede the position there. Yeah, that looked a bit of a generous corner cut by Galantine. And yes, and Mentrix has gone past Sainz, Intergale, sorry, Trazione, and is now up to P8. And that's Galantine wide again in turn, in one of the last turns. Bunovic currently sits in 10th, meaning he currently occupies pole for the next race. Oh, and a caution, and oh, Mentrix is spun it and drops down to 11th. I didn't even compliment him this time. This time it was not on me. Yes, I've got a message from Tooney that his wheel connected. His wheel didn't connect properly in the first race, before the first race, so that's why he's not participating. That's the first challenge, anyone? Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I don't think anyone towards... Oop, and that's a spin again. With Bunovic getting a bit overeager. And that's Galantine wide. Galantine really loves doing some picnicking in that gravel trap. I think that is at least the third time I've seen Galantine go wide in that corner. Here comes Bunovic, seeing he can take a look on the outside, but thinks better of it, and here they go now in the back in the main straight. Barker is shaving off some time, but Mercua is still holding steady-ish up front there, and Charmander is still building the gap. Which, let's check in on our leader how he's doing, but before we do that. Before we do that, see if there's anything happens here into the first turn. The first proper turn. And no, it doesn't. And here we go. Let's check in on Charmander, who is sure having some hot laps up front there. And another caution. Mentrix again. I think just going a bit wide. and is about to get lapped by Charmander. Bunovich still seeing if they can catch up to Galantine. We have about 19 minutes. We have a little over 19 minutes left here in this race. And it's been again. Oh, looks like Galantine has caught up to Trazione, who probably went a little bit wide. Galantine is getting there, but we might see a battle there for P9 soon. Especially for P8, sorry. And Galantine goes very wide, and Bunovich goes a bit on the flying there. Looked like, at least on my end. Oh, we have a caution, which it seems to be Shike has spun it in the last sector. Trazione has gotten passed by Bunovich and Galantine, and there's another caution. Mentrix around again. Yep, I think that caution is still for Mentrix, who's going slow. So let's go back to the battle here. And Galantine goes past Bunovich, and I think this is the most battling we've seen in this track. Ooh, Bunovich looking for a look here on the inside, maybe. Thinks better of it. About 17 minutes left to go here. I do apologize for anyone who, if there's quality issues, there's currently some internet maintenance in my area. So the speed is a little slower on my end. And my computer has some streaming issues. So a bit of a double-edged sword here. But at least we have broadcast going. Let's see how. Looks like. Oh, we have a spin. It looks like Trazione has gone into the wall. And that might be Trazione's race done for if they can reverse it out of here. They do get going, but they might have to pit for some damage repair. And it looks like Mentrix has now caught up to them. And Bunovich has gone past Galantine again. And Trazione. Oh no, that's Charmander lapping Galantine and Bunovich. Switch to Colin Barker here real quick. See if he is gaining on Makua. It's down to 1.2 seconds. As opposed to the 1.7 it was just a few minutes ago. Charmander has built a set. Bunovich lets Galantine pass there, I believe. Or Bunovich seems to be having some issues. It seems to be going a little slower. I'm not sure what's happening there. Mentrix catching up on to Trazione. Yep, I think that Bunovich slowed down there. I wonder what happened there. He just started slowing down and just let Galantine pass. Now right behind him, Nakua and Barker are getting closer to each other, so we might see a battle for P2 soon here coming up. Just a reminder, TheoCast is a DNF after a heavy collision with the wall. And then Alex Tooney is a did not start due to some technical issues, retiring immediately as the race started. And let's see, we are having, looks like TheoCast and Bunovic and Meku are catching up to Bunovic. That might cause some issues going into this turn. Might give Barker some time to get a little closer here. Barker having closed the time now due to the lap traffic, so it might get a bit interesting going here into towards 10 minutes left, getting towards the business end of the race. We'll probably see a move in the next few laps or so, or the first attempts at moves. Barker just at 6/10 of a second behind Nakua. Charmander having built a 9-second lead, a little over 9-second lead on Nakua, and having lapped up to 8th now, or maybe not. I think that was just a timing issue. Oop! Nakua a bit wide. Does Barker take a look in there? Nope. Do thinks better of it? Oh, Mentrix. Oh, and Mentrix spun it. Going in again, too hot, I think. I believe on Trazione. And all that work to catch up to Trazione has again evaporated for Mentrix. Barker goes a bit wide here, but still getting still under a second behind Nakua. He is trying. Barker is definitely trying his best here to get up to second place. First place, unless something tragic happens, seems to be pretty secure. And we have another yellow. I believe it's Trazione going into the wall, and Mentrix passes them. It looks like there was a spin there, and it is now Mentrix ahead of Trazione, taking pole for now on the next race. Barker going, Nakua going wide. Barker might take a look inside. Brakes there to probably avoid a collision, and they're coming up on lap traffic of Galantine. Unlike our other tracks beforehand, there's a lot more room to let faster cars by. And Barker might take a look on the outside here. No, he doesn't. Into the chicane, into the hairpin, and it doesn't seem to really, he doesn't seem to be close enough yet. Now they go on to the next set, the faster part of this layout, also known as the probably only fun part of this layout. Masatos has also shrunk the gap to Santos, now that being at a second, and fluctuating because under a second. Maybe due to some lap traffic, I am not sure. And we might see a move here from Colin Barker on. Nakua doesn't think about it. This turn is a lot harder for these cars compared to, let's say, an F1 car, which a lot of people might associate this track with. And yes, we're keep going here. We're still gonna follow Barker a little bit around to see how that's going. And yes, Barker seems to be, again, inching close enough. They both have gotten past Galantine now. And, oh, Masato has caught up to Santos, who probably has gone wide somewhere. And he might have a look here on the inside. Nope. Thinks better. It's been burned a couple times already with moves like that in this race. So we might see Masato setting the move up on the straight. We'll see how that goes. Going wider there. Wider entry into that turn. Probably to maintain a little more speed. Yes, try and maintain some more speed here. And we might see a pass coming. Switch here to Barker, who checking the outside of that turn, but not close enough yet. Masato is looking again on Santos. Might get some slipstream here. Going into the final turn, into the final sector. Again, also a bit wide there. Barker again. Might get actually the move done. He might actually be able to get a move done here. And doesn't. And Masato is on the outside. Doesn't get it done there. Doesn't get ahead. Which really, if you're going to go on the outside of that turn, you have to basically be ahead of them before the turn to make that really work. Oop. Both take a lot of curb there with a little bounce. And let's check in on Colin Barker, who has dropped a little bit of time to Masato. And we have a caution. It looks like a yellow. Shike has parked it up. Might have spun it around. That's a bit awkward looking there. Yep, spun it around there, but it seems to be good again. Now back. Let's see, Colin Barker. Again, seems to be getting close enough to that first turn, but that second turn base, sorry. But doesn't seem to have the space to make the move work. Oh, we might see a pass here, but again, doesn't seem to have the room really to get, or just not close enough. I think you need just so much room to get past someone here. Trying to do a switchback move, maybe, so you can maintain more speed. Sorry about that. With 6 minutes left to go. But due to these two fighting also for their position, oh, Masato might make the move stick. No. Not good enough. Not close enough. And Barker has dropped off a little bit off of Makua, which I think will make the pass into turn 2 a little more difficult again. Oop. Bit of bounce, but doesn't appear again. Not enough. Oop. A little shoving there through the turn. Oh, Barker might have it now. Might have the room. Nope. Slots in behind. Makua covering up that. Again on the outside, Makua really defending the inside of that turn. Oh, and let's check. And it's turn 1 again. And Masato not close enough. But Barker seems to be closer now. This time around. Let's just double check here. It's Masato again, close but not enough. But yes, it might be close here going into. Oh, Makua goes wide, and this might give Barker an opportunity to pass here. And he does get side by side. Let's see how this goes. They're going into the last sector. Barker gets past, but we'll see if he can maintain. He gets into this turn, and now into the hard braking zone, and that looks like Barker has gotten past. But Makua's mistake there, going wide, really costing them, and Colin Barker is now up to P2. Let's see if Makua can maintain pace, or if Barker does get a little bit of breathing room. Masato has dropped a little bit back under, but still close-ish. We'll get obviously close into the hard braking zone, but not that close. Makua does seem to be maintaining pace, still under 0.3 of a second behind Colin Barker, here in the McLaren. And seems to be a lot of covering up there by Barker. Let's see if Makua has the acceleration for it. We might see a pass into the hard braking zone. Makua going wide, covering off there by Barker, and Masato seems to be side by side now, and Santos, strong cut over there, might have been an input lag, and Masato gets past Santos here now onto the straight again, with 2 minutes 42 left, and Santos still on the back bumper of Masato, so we might see some action into that turn, but Santos goes a bit wide. And the move seems to be made, and Masato goes wide, and Santos might be able to capitalize there. Santos still has the speed, but Masato still ahead, but Santos does grab the position back, and that is a costly mistake there for Masato, who for several laps has been trying to get past Santos, and then another going wide again into that turn really lets Santos get back really easily into that position. Makua and Barker are coming up on lap traffic. I believe that is Trazione, who just politely goes into the grass. Masato again now, taking the curb. Let's see if he can get maybe he can get a move stuck in again. Doesn't appear as such. Oh, yep, covering off the move, and Santos stays ahead with about a minute left, which means we're probably getting towards close to race end. We'll probably see 2 more laps here from Charmander. Seeing as I think he's just starting a new lap, or he might just only get 1 more lap here. We're just under a minute to go. Makua, Masato behind Santos, still fighting for P5. Makua trying to get his P2 back behind Barker. They're probably getting towards the business end of their races as well. Makua taking a lot of curb, seeing some sparking there. And I think we'll stick around with this one for a bit because I think nothing has changed there. And I think in between Masato and Santos, Shike Hawkins is a lap down now, at least according to my timing screen. 9 seconds left, and we are getting close to the end of the race, and the checkered flag is about to come out. And the checkered flag is out, and I think Charmander will finish the race here. We'll see what it says. And nice little swerving, and that is the race win for Charmander, winning the first race here. And Makua looking to see if he can just catch up, but doesn't appear so. And it's going to be P2 for Barker And P3 for Makua, and the party crash did not work. Santos, Masato, and Santos still fighting here. I think one more lap to go for these racers. As they head to the last sector of the track, does Masato get a move done? Will we see a desperate move here to get the move done? But it might be Santos covering off, and it looks like is going to be a P5 for Santos and a P6 for Masato. Here are your overall standings for race 1. Charmander wins the race. Colin Barker 2nd. Mercua 3rd. Kale 4th. Santos 5th. Masato 6th. 7th Galantine. Bunovic 8th. Sainz 9th. Imentrix 9th. Trazione 10th. Shike Haken 11th. Theo Cass a DNF. And Tooney a DNF. And Shike Haken's also apparently DNF'd. Hopefully Raceroom does not kick me out this time. I would love that to happen. I'm going to change layout to race 2. But this is your results of race 1. After the start, we did see some moves, a bit of some pushing, shoving as per usual in this series. And yes, I am getting kicked out, so do give me a second. Hopefully I will be able to rejoin quick enough. Let's pop that up here. Raceroom does its thing and loads quickly enough for me. That would be very much appreciated. And I hopefully don't miss the start of race 2. Yeah, there we go. I just have a black screen right now. There we go. Refresh list. There we go. We are loading in, and hopefully we witness the start of race 2. I would love to see the start of race 2, because sometimes it does not load me in fast enough. Yes, we are in the garage, so we will be getting the start of race 2. I got in quick enough. So, welcome back to anyone who has joined. We're about to wait for the start of race 2. Charmander winning, and it appears to be Trazione Integrale has the pole, and we're about to start here with 13 runners, I believe. And I think, there was a disconnection and a false start penalty, and Trazione gets off the line, and here we go. Into the start of the race. It does look like, yes, it does look like Tooney has started the race. And a drive-through penalty for Theo Cass, and a caution in the back. And it's a crash between Cass and Makua, I believe. Both taking each other out. Charmander has already gained up all the way to P4. Oh, and a bit tight back there. Galantine a lot of shoving occurring. Mentrix looking, Santos looking to get past Bunovic on the inside, and does get the move stuck. Yes, they do get past Bunovic. Charmander trying to get past Masato. Might be a little more difficult compared to the other racers he's gotten past so far. Currently the only close battle, and it looks like Theo Cass, and it is Mentrix wide. That's going to cause some issues. That means Masato moves into P2, but I don't know for how long. Charmander right by side by side. Trazione still in the lead, having led 2 laps now, I believe. Oh, Charmander very wide into that turn. And let's see if that... Oh, and a massive crash! Mentrix into the wall. Yes, I believe that's Mentrix. Imentrix straight on. Charmander does get into P1, and oh, no, that's Trazione with the spin, and sorry, the same car. They drive the same livery. It happens. And Trazione with his spin, Nala dropping probably down to P9. Yep, looks like Tooney gets past there as well. Galantine still in P4. Santos trying to get past. But yes, I wonder what happened there with Mentrix, just going straight into the wall. Might have just lost it, not sure. And Tooney does get past. Is still trying to get. It did lose the position to Mentrix, to Trazione, sorry. And the top 3 currently is Charmander in first, Masato in second, Kale in third. Then followed by Galantine in fourth, Santos in fifth, and that looks like Colin Barker has gotten past Bunovich in P7. So Barker is up to P6. Santos in fifth, Bunovich in seventh, Trazione Integrale, who was on pole, down to P8. And there seems to be another caution, and Tooney has spun it. Trying to reverse, and there's, oh, massive crash. Massive crash, that's Santos. Galantine involved, and that is going to ruin their race. Nakua is now, after that initial off at the start of the race, is back up to P7. Actually, P6 maybe here, and there's another caution. Oh, just rejoining TRACC. So Makua looking to skid past Trazione here now, who's in P7 due to that crash. Charmander is building their lead again on Masato. And that is Shike Hawkins. Oh, there seems to be an issue. Oh, Shike Hawkins, I think there's a disconnection there. Yeah, that looks like a disconnection issue because Shike Hawkins was just standing there in the middle. And I think that's a DNF or disconnection for Shike Hawkins. Very, very sorry to hear that, Shike. That is unfortunate. So it's never a fun thing. But I hope you had fun today. At least some fun. Let's see, any battles. And we have Mentrix off again. Having spun it, I believe. Trying to get back on track, and Tooney gets past. And looks like Colin Barker has picked up some hood damage. That is not going to be that good aerodynamically, which I don't think is going to help them get past Kale, who's in third. Barker is probably the faster racer, and it looks like Santos back there who's rejoining. But yes, that's very unfortunate, Shike. It's always not very fun when you get ping kicked, basically. And there's another caution. I think that is Mentrix again. Having a lot of spins, might have some suspension damage that might be causing those spins. Victor Santos also in trouble, sitting there at P12. Yep, and Shike Hawk, yep, the game just says Shike is having a stroke on the main straight. So that's probably going to be a DNF there. Charmander has built almost a 5-second gap already on Masato, who in turn has a 3-second gap on Kale. And Barker is the only one who's really currently close in striking distance. Again, I do apologize for any stream quality issues. Colin Barker seems to be getting there closer to Kale. Yeah. See if we see a move here. A lot of hood damage for some of these cars, so definitely a collision that happened there with Barker. It seems to be his hood seems to have popped up completely. So let's just go down the field. So we have Charmander in first, almost at a 6-second lead on second, who is Masato, currently sitting in P2. P3 and P4 is a lot closer contested. Alan Kale, and in third, and Colin Barker in fourth. Makua has caught up after that initial shunt and is up to P5. Bunovic is P6. Trazione is P7. Oh, Colin Barker looking for a move here, maybe. Doesn't get it. Doesn't seem to have it yet. Alex Tooney, who didn't race the first race in P8. Matthew Galantine in P9. Theo Cass in P10. iMentrix in P11. And Victor Santos in P12. Colin Barker is closing up there. Maybe see a move here on the inside. No, not yet. Bit too early for that, I imagine. I will have to mute myself real quick because I've been holding in going to the restroom. So I will leave you guys with this battle. So I'm just going to mute myself for a short moment. I return, and I see, seemingly I have returned to Colin Barker having passed Alan Kale. And that's a spin for Theo Cass. And Trazione gets passed there by Makua. Again, I do apologize for my brief absence, but I just couldn't hold it in much longer. So yes, Colin Barker is up to P3. Alan Kale is up to P7, and there's another caution. Ooh, and a massive hit. Theo Cass in the wall, and that might be race done. Yep, that is race done for Theo Cass. That's the second DNF for the race. Charmander is still pretty healthy, almost 9 seconds ahead of Masato. Colin Barker is probably, assuming, trying to catch up here on Masato, who's been just kind of vibing in his P2 for a bit. I do think that's been a bit of it's been a slow race. Yep, it's another F there. F's in the chat. Theo Cass not having the greatest of times here at Suzuka. Here's a, nice fun update. My cat is trying to get into my into my gaming room. So that's really fun. Because I hear her clawing at my door. Let's just check down the order, see if there's anything close-ish to happening. Tooney holding steady here, P8 in his Valkenhorst motorsport car. Masato holding steady in P2. Yeah, no, not really anything too close right now. I think closest to overtaking anyone is Meku, I believe, who's trying to climb back up after that initial accident. Currently on lap 10, trying to climb up to Bunovic, who is still in the race, having not been disqualified. Which, you know, great for them. So maybe either A, they haven't gotten a penalty, and that's a caution, and that looks like Mentrix into the wall. And ooh, dangerous rejoin there. Could have almost hit the leader. Yep, it looks Mekua seems to be the one who's catching currently. Galantine is also catching Tooney. So that we might see some battles coming in here soon, and it keeps reminding me that Shike is having some ping issues. We're about 22 minutes in here in this race, and we're getting to the nice, into a nice, nice pedestrian face, and it looks like Santos has gotten past Mentrix, who has gone to the pits to repair some damage. Mekua is now catching up on Bunovic. And there's a caution, and that is Toonies with a spin, allowing Galantine to get past. Mekua looking on the inside of Bunovic. Might get the pass done here, and doesn't just yet. Bunovic having a little better exit there. But Bunovic going onto the grass there. Oh, that looks awkward, and that's Bunovic into the grass, and that is Mekua into the gravel. Sorry, and that's Mekua up to P5. Good recovery there so far. And that, again, concludes our only battle that we've had for a while. Colin Barker has shaved off some time to Masato, but not that much yet. We might see it fight for it eventually, but I'm not sure. Oh, and a caution, and it's Santos just going lawn mowing there. Yep, that's Mentrix has come back out of the pits, is now coming out of the pits into P11, right in front of Meku, I believe. And that could have been almost hairy. No penalties so far either, so yes, looks like Colin Barker has shaved off. It is now under 3 seconds, I believe. Yes, it is under 3 seconds, so Colin Barker might eventually get up to Victor Masato. Galantine is catching up to Trazione as well. So let's be on board a bit here. Let's have some time with some time here with Galantine, who is now under 2 seconds behind Trazione. Yes, Colin Barker has shaved off some time here. Might not be getting close to under 2 seconds, but I think that will still take a couple laps with about 19 minutes to go. Last race, about 28-ish laps, 29 laps was the completed lap total. And I think we're going to see similar. Again. And I think it's been a bit of a, now it's kind of going back to pedestrian paces, but Galantine is catching up to Trazione, who has did lead again some laps on race in this race. And we'll see if this move will get done sooner or later. Oh, and Galantine goes wide, and I think that might actually give Tooney an opportunity to pass them here, and they do again. Galantine probably caught out in the braking zone there. I'm not sure what happened there. That looked a bit awkward. And Galantine drops down to P8, P9 again. And we're back to our regular scheduled leap programming. So let's go down the field again. We have Charmander in first, having a over a 14-second gap on second place. Victor Masato, who has about just a little under 3-second gap on Colin Barker, who has just about 5.5 seconds gap on Alan Kale. Alan Kale sitting comfortably in P4, about 15 seconds ahead of Mekua. Mekua is sitting comfortably in P5, about 10 seconds ahead of Bunovic. Bunovic sitting comfortably in P6, about 10 seconds ahead of Trazione. And Trazione going wide, and that might leave the door open for Tooney. Let's go here. Let's see what Tooney might be seeing. It's now close on behind on Trazione. Let's see how this goes in the next few sectors. Tooney, again, hasn't really participated this season. Been a bit busy, apparently. And Trazione seems to be recovering the time a little more. And is gaining some time here on Trazione, which is currently the only thing close to a battle happening, so this is what we're going to be watching here for a bit. I hope no one minds. And again, Shike Hawkins has reappeared onto the map, and then just to promptly disappear, Trazione looking on the outside. Still going, but much better turn entry there. Galantine has caught up, and it appears Charmander is also coming up, and a lot of curb there by Trazione. A lot of curb. Yes, it does appear so that Galantine is catching up here to the two, and Charmander is also catching up to them, so some lap traffic is going to spice things up here. Under a second now. And Galantine is going for a pass. Not a pass, it's trying to set up the pass. And again, these things might get a little more complicated with Charmander coming up here behind them. Galantine a bit better exit, gained some time off of Tooney. And might see a pass here as they come down to the last sector. Charmander still behind. And Galantine goes wide to let Charmander through. Tooney lets Charmander through as well. And we're back to these two having a lot of curb there by Charmander. And the two Ferraris will soon pass each other. I imagine Charmander is going to get past here. And has gotten past by Trazione, who is now in that process has made the gap closer between them and Tooney. We're gonna sit between the two of them because they're about the same distances behind each other. And here they go into the final sector. Good exit there. Galantine takes that corner a lot tighter than the other two. Again, Shike Hawkins returning and then disappearing again to the void. Oh, Trazione going a bit wide there, and we might see a move on the inside there from Tooney. Oop, and that's a bit of a collision. And Tooney does get ahead now, up to P7. Trazione looking for a pass on the inside. Oop, and that's a spin, and Galantine spins Tooney. And that is going to be them out of that battle. Colin Barker has gained up again on Masato. I think that was a bit of an awkward rejoin there for Tooney. Very unfortunate spin there. And Colin Barker has now closed up the gap to Masato. That spin catching Masato off out a bit because he didn't have anywhere really to go for either of them. And a yellow, it looks like Tooney has gone wide. Yes, Tooney has gone wide. And Alan Kale looks like is about to lap Tooney. And let's go into Colin Barker here with 11 minutes left in this race. And again, I hope everyone is enjoying today's broadcast, even if it's at lower quality. I don't know why, again. I don't know why they're doing maintenance today, but, you know, that's just how it is. Let's take a look here at Galantine, who's looking to take a move on Trazione. Oh, it's a bit of a wobbly one. Oh. Galantine gets ahead there, and oh, this might be close. Oh, contact, and it turned Trazione around. And Trazione into the wall there in the back. Again, another Colin Barker and Masato again getting caught up by another car spinning. And that's the second time there's a spin between with Galantine involved. That was I think a lot less tighter, but let's while we're here, let's check if there's been any messages in the Discord about that one. Well, let's go to Colin Barker, trying to catch up to Masato. And it's a yellow. It looks like iMentrix is taking another trip. Yep, another trip into the grass for Mentrix. Colin Barker is now again under 1 second, but there's lap traffic ahead, so again, that might complicate some things again. So let's see how this goes, and we're under 10 minutes to go. Again, it's been being a very comfortable race for the front runner of Charmander, looking to get double P1s here. Yes, Colin Barker has some damage, so again, I think that might be affecting some of the performance that this car is experiencing. Oh, there's someone wide. Someone kicked up some dust there. Again, Colin Barker knocking down the time there just a little bit, but doesn't seem to have it anymore. And we're reaching with 8 minutes left to go. We probably have about 6 more laps here. 5 more laps maybe. Yeah, sorry, yeah, 7-ish laps left to go. But Barker really catching up there due to the lap traffic. So he might be able to set up a move here against Masato. Oh, and that's Mentrix going wide, I believe. Let's see, Barker is trying to set up a move here again. Might see one into turn 1. But doesn't think of it yet because Masato has it inside pretty well covered. And we go again. I think this again will be another waiting for last minute setup pass here most likely. I imagine that's what's good. Here we are now, going into both Barker and Masato on lap 23. Char has ended started lap 24 with about 5 minutes left. So Masato making himself a bit wide there, and we might see a move here. Barker on the outside of Masato, going into the final sector. And Barker does seem to get the move done. Into P2 goes Colin Barker. Unless Masato can get back on him and might be able to stick with him, we'll see. And a yellow, and Bunovic has gone lawn mowing. And that's going to help Galantine maybe catch up just a little bit. And Masato is still hanging with Barker. So we'll see how this goes the last few laps here between the two. That's really the only battle that I seem to be setting up. Tuni is getting closer to Trazione, but I don't think they'll have the time to get there in time. But oh no, never mind. I think fortunate lapping there for Tuni, and so we'll see how this goes. Down the main straight again. And here they go. Seeing how Tuni doesn't seem... Probably we won't see a move here from Tuni unless Trazione makes a mistake. And we're looking here into, let's see how Masato is going on. Masato is catching up to, again, Stick has about the same distance as, and oh, that's Masato wide into the final turn of the last sector, and that might give Barker the advantage he needs to pull away here for a few, maybe a lap or two, but that might just be enough for this race. Tooney, again, still working on Trazione. Did get spun in a few laps ago, and he goes wide, and I think that is going to be that as well. Tooney going wide into the final sector turn. Metrix, I think, going wide there as well. But yes, Charmander here, currently on lap 26 with 2 minutes left. Probably about 2 more laps for him, for them to complete here. And here they go, starting their lap, 27th lap. Colin Barker is sitting in P2, benefiting from the pass and a slight mistake from Masato, putting them down to P3. Alan Kale sitting in P4. Fair fuse off of P3. Mekua having recovered quite nicely after that initial incident, is in P5. Bunovic sitting in P6 and has not gotten disqualified yet this so far, so this will be a very good finish for him. Matthew Galantine is in P7, then followed by Trazione in P8. Tooney in P9 and spins there a little bit, and I might actually give a chance for Santos to catch up here. So we might see a move here for P9. Maybe. Not getting my hopes up. Masato is catching up to Barker. We'll see how this develops. They're getting close to finishing their most likely final lap. No, they will have one more lap to go. Sorry. Yes, it looks like they'll do one more lap here between these two to see if there's a final pass for the final turn. Santos is right on Tooney and gets past quite easily there. And Victor Santos is up to P9. And we have 20 seconds left, which will bring me to the race, take me to the race leader, who's getting towards the end of this race and looking to take the checkered flag for the second time today. And there's a caution, and it looks like Tooney has gone wide, and that's a crash for Tooney. But that doesn't matter. Charmander looks like they are going to win. Unless they have one more lap to complete. And it does look like they have won the race. Let's cut to Masato, looking for the last opportunity to get past Barker for P2. We'll come down to it. We'll come down to the line for it. We'll see how this goes. Barker is still ahead and will probably finish ahead, and that is going to be P2 for Barker and P3 for Masato. Finishing up is Alan Kale is going to be finishing up in 4th. Makua is going to be finishing up in P5. Budovic looking like to be secured to P6. And there's a caution, and Galantine has gone wide, I believe. Oh no, it's Makua has gone wide. And does that mean the race is done? Yes, so Makua finishes P5. Bunovic P6. And that's it for today. And here are your results. So before we go, let me just remind you of the next race. Next race will be at Hockenheim, July 2nd. And it will not just be me. You'll also see Handsome Lars. But your final standings are Charmander getting a second win for today.